Hello friends, Brandy here with Falcon Healing Arts. I hope you're all well. This is the energy update for the month of June 2023. I hope it's starting off great for you. There's a lot I want to pull, a lot of themes I want to pull out for us to focus on. We do these sessions at the beginning of each month to help bring awareness to energetic themes that we're all influenced by in our community. And our community, I'm talking about the Falcon Healing Arts community. Those of you who watch my videos and are interested in the same things I'm interested in sharing. So I'm tapping into your energy, the energy that we're all influenced by, to help identify, to help bring awareness to areas of your life that need more healing. So I hope you are receptive to that. I think we are, most of us welcome that in, more guidance of what we can pay attention to move forward in our lives in a very positive, curious, playful way. So I'm going to talk about, well, first I should say, for those of you who are new to watching these sessions with me, I get my information in many different ways. I am a shamanic healer. That is what I use predominantly, is either shamanic journeys or divination sessions. I did the latter today to help prepare me for this session. And if you want more details about what those are, I could tell you later or ask in the comments. But basically, I'm connecting in with a tool, one of my tools that help me connect in with my higher mind and my spirit guides. And it's more free-flowing than a shamanic journey where I actually use drumming, excuse me, or rattling to get into an altered state, and I'm actually leaving and then coming back into my body, taking notes and giving it to you. It's much easier to do the divination sessions, especially if I'm staying open. As I'm sharing this information with you, other things might come through while I'm actually recording this video. So we'll see. But a lot has already come through that I want to share with you. We'll go through this, and then I also want to pull some tarot cards. We're doing it differently this month. I'm going to be pulling them in real time here. I was doing this before the sessions too, just to make them shorter. Hopefully it won't be that much longer for me to do them in real time. And then we'll pull a goddess card at the end, and we'll see a fitting way to bring this all together. Okay, so as I was tapping into this collective energy, I saw the word, I am hearing the word muddled. And muddled energy is what this is referring to. Not knowing what's yours, what is other people's. It's all mixed together. It's adding confusion. You may be feeling overwhelmed if this is happening to you. That's how I experience it. And I actually experienced that today because yesterday I had a really good day. And there were things that happened that could have brought me down, but I was seeing the positive side of it all, and I had some conversations that were very uplifting, and the day ended perfectly. I went skating with my son up at the tennis courts by my house that look over the city. It was dusk, and then nighttime by the time we left, and it was just beautiful. So wonderful day yesterday. Actually, today started off pretty well too. And then when I entered my office today, I did notice a shift. Like I was feeling, my energy definitely went down. I can't even describe it, but it was altered. And it was so extreme without talking to anyone that I was like, wait a minute, this is not mine. And it took me a while to, it actually took me a while to sit down and do this. There were like so many things that were coming through my mind, and I was thinking of people, and I was like, should I reach out to these people? Just very, very confusing. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is not my energy. I need to clear. And so I did a clearing meditation. I actually laid down on the floor and just let my whole body release into the floor. I did some energy healing on myself, and I'm back. I'm back to that high vibe state I was at this morning and yesterday. So I don't even know exactly what it was. I suspect, but that doesn't matter so much. I'm here with you and advising you that if you are feeling that muddled, overwhelmed energy, you most likely are picking up that from someone else, from other people, or just being disconnected from yourself, maybe not being as grounded. So consider all of that. And muddled also reminded me of mud, of course. So it's not that we are writing these positive emotions from other people and they're lifting us up. They are making us go down. Like we're feeling like we're stuck in the mud, but not in a healthy, grounded way, more just stuck. Like we're so confused, we don't know what to do. So if that is happening to you, again, energy healing, perhaps energy cord cutting. I have a couple of videos on that that I will link up, and you can check those out. Okay, and let me know if you need any other help with that. So those were the main things that came through. I do also want to bring up something that happened yesterday, again, that could have brought me down. And I just noted that this is something that I've been seeing a lot of, and so I want to bring it up with you. And that's why it's good to have this distance between who we are, what we're feeling, and what we're seeing with other people. Because then we can be in a position to help, where we have this bigger perspective. We're not caught in the circumstance or with the energy of other people. We can truly help from a place of wisdom and experience. So yesterday on this friend, this social media friend on Facebook, he was talking about how frustrated he is with his healing journey. There was a lot in this conversation because he didn't want to pay to see a healer. He felt like he didn't need, or he shouldn't have to do that. And instead, he was frustrated because he tried talking to friends and family about his situation, and they didn't want to hear about it. And he was just feeling that they were distancing themselves from him. And this is where I was thinking about him all day. I was like, okay, there's a little hook in here, because I had started a conversation with him. He had actually shared a meme about someone complaining about influencers who are trying to entice people to buy their information or buy their services. And it was triggering because I offer my services from a position of truly wanting to help. And what I felt was highlighted in this meme, and she was really saying that it's up to you to heal. And I totally agree with that. That is what I'm helping people do. I'm helping them heal themselves. So I'm the bridge. Most other healers are the bridge too. Like they talk about this up front. And this man actually is a healer too. He's a fellow acupuncturist. But what was behind this meme was, I think, a money mindset issue. Like this woman who is saying, you're in charge of your healing. You don't need someone else. Again, there is some truth in that. But it was also, I don't need to invest in something else, not realizing that this investment for this service, getting information and guidance from someone else, is actually an investment in yourself. So it is an up-leveling. When we move through a healing journey, it's you, it's me, it's you that are doing the healing work. And again, the person is a conduit, a catalyst. They're the bridge between you and spirit, you and your higher self. And so I brought that up to him. I was like, I agree with this person's post to a degree. You know, we are in charge of our own healing. It's us that heal. But I don't see that there's anything wrong with these healers or influencers with sharing their services. And I feel like there's a deeper message beyond all of this that I'm not aligned with. That the scarcity mindset or this money mindset block, whatever it is, this negative block is preventing people from getting help, the help that they need. That may be actually the final step in their healing. And that's when he brought up that he's had talk therapy sessions, and he didn't like that he had to pay someone in order to listen to him, and that friends and family wouldn't do it. And so all day I was thinking about how I wanted to help him, how I wanted to offer him more information, maybe even a little defense. I mean, I was definitely triggered. But he definitely has a health issue that he has this huge victim mindset around, and he's not seeing that he needs someone else to help him. He wants to rely on family and friends because he values their relationship. But again, I also think there's a money mindset block too. And what I wanted to share with him, I'll just share with all of you instead, because this did come up later in the day with someone else, someone I was talking to on the phone, interested in working with me, and she was also saying that she was seeking healing help and maybe relying on her partner too much for that. But she realized that it wasn't his place to help her heal, that she needed someone else, someone who wasn't involved in her day-to-day stuff, someone who had this higher perspective of what's going on. So it was interesting how this came up twice yesterday, but in different ways with different awareness between the two people. So I feel like that needs to come up for you as well. Of course, we talk about healing a lot on this channel, and we can be so involved with other people's energy, we're actually hooking into them and expecting them to help us too much, expecting them to heal us. That is not the job of your family and friends. Hopefully, ideally, they can be with us regardless of what stage we are at in our healing. And that's what I feel so much that this man was missing. But I also feel like he was pushing people away. He was, that's not their role. So of course they were feeling uncomfortable that he was asking too much of them. They were protecting their energy and distancing themselves from him. So if you're experiencing this on either side, if you feel like someone is too hooked into you or you are hooked too much into someone else, there needs to be a distinction there. And then you'll need to focus on your own energy, focus on how you can heal yourself, get the help you need if that's necessary. But make sure that you're giving people their space as well. So respectful boundaries, that will help with this muddled energy and provide everyone with so much more clarity. So that is the huge message here. And let's see, I'm going to pull some cards now. Maybe I'll try to tap in after this and see if there's any more that wants to come through. But first, let's pick 3 cards. We usually pick 3 cards, and we'll see if we get some different cards today. We've been getting a lot of the same cards, a lot of death and rebirth. There's one. Okay. So I like doing this in real time, but yeah, it takes a little longer. Okay, here's another. Oh, we haven't pulled that one yet. Okay. A very, very interesting. Oh my. Okay. Ready? The suspense is building. Okay, completely different cards today. I don't even know if I've pulled these for myself yet with this deck. And so I have bought a few other decks since our session last month, but I am still so aligned with the Star Tarot deck, so that's what we're using today. This is Kathy McClelland and her cards. So the first card is the Eight of Wands, and we are going to be looking at these in an intuitive way today. So not with traditional tarot of what the book says about these cards. Instead, I want you to look at this, and I'm also going to offer my impression. So the Eight of Wands here has 8 stars expanded out from this heart. So there's that energy at the heart in the center. It's expanding out to the stars. Or is it expanding out to the stars, or is it gathering energy in from the stars? We also have the energy of the fire, the thunderbolts. So Wands is the element of fire, related to spirituality, purification, cleansing. All the elements can be cleansing, but fire is very quick. So this is a highly charged card, so very energetic. Oh my. Okay, I did have a vision. I did have a vision before I started here. And I was thinking about, oh yeah, how we're reaching out to people. Maybe we're relying on family and friends too much. I saw a circle. I saw a circle, and I saw myself in a circle with other women. And I'm like, oh, a women's circle. Like we could still reach out to the community, to other people for help. I mean, I'm a healer. I love having a healing relationship with people individually, but it is also good to work with a group. And here we have the circle. So it's a heart in a circle, in a square, in another square, surrounded by a circle, and all the stars around this. And the stars remind me of celestial beings in a circle. So reminding me of that women's circle. So high energy community. This feels really good. This is what I'm seeking. Is this what you are seeking? So maybe see if you can find a community that's aligned with you, with the energy that you're wanting to step into. Okay, so not a community. If you're just wanting to complain about things that are happening in the world right now, it's really easy to find those communities. See if you can find a community that's going to up-level you, that's really going to support your spirit, to help you stay clear and projected forward in your life, that's not keeping you stuck in the mud. Ooh, that feels really good. Okay. All right, the next one. One of the dreaded cards. There's a handful pretty much in the tarot deck. Here we have the Devil. Okay, so there is this ominous figure, this dark figure. Very mysterious. You can't even tell what type of being it is, but definitely ominous energy. There's a red serpent mixed up in it, mixed up energy. Do you see how it's muddled? And then there's this division. There are these two beings at the end, separated, isolated, so they're separate from each other. But you see the heart at the bottom? It's actually a broken heart, but it is a heart, and it's offering healing. Like that's something that's still between them. It's at the base of the energy of this card. So do you see, this is not all bad, even though there is darkness in it. All of the cards and really all the energy in the world, there is duality to it. There are many layers and different sides to it. So the devil has always, and I don't want to get into like devil energy, like how people use it in religion, because I don't subscribe to that as much. When I perceive the devil, like in a tarot card reading, it's attached energy, it's addiction, it's being involved with something that pulls us away from ourselves and others. It makes us hide away. It makes us stay in that victim state. Okay, do you see that here? And then what's above? Okay, so it is a bat, it looks like, because I see the wings now on the sides. My finger's covering that. But there's a star at his head, a ram's head. And then up above, there is the wonderful moon, a wolf howling in the moon. And I always see the moon as being enlightening. So it's providing light in the darkness. So bringing awareness to a victim state that you may be in, I feel like this is what is being illuminated here. So think, where am I too attached? Am I hooked into someone else, to something else? Is my happiness dependent on a person, a place, a thing? Where am I hooked? Where am I dependent? Where am I addicted? This could be food. This could be TV. These addictions keep us stuck in the mud. Thank you. Yeah, so thank you for the devil card, because this helps us move out of it. All right, next. The Hanged One. So this is a different perspective we're needing to shift into. I am a yogini. I used to do a lot of headstands until I started having neck issues. And I don't do that as much anymore. I prefer handstands. But still, headstands, handstands, any inversions are, they're so important in yoga asana, not just for what it does to us physically and hormonally with blood circulation, with hormone secretion, but also perspective. That as you're upside down, it's a good idea to keep your eyes open, to look at the room in its inverted state and still feel that you are solid. And so the Hanged One, or the Hanged Man in traditional tarot decks, I always associate with perspective. We need a different perspective, or we're wanting to see things from a different perspective. And this is a very positive thing to do. This is something we can only do when we are moving forward with our self-growth. So typically when I pull these cards, it's in an order of how we're going to develop through the month. So hopefully you can get to this state where okay, so you could take this in a few ways. Either you can see things happening in the world from a different perspective that makes you go, wow, I've never considered that before. That's mind-blowing. Or you can shift your perspective in a way that makes you more valuable to the world and to other people. Or, what was I going to say here? Oh my God, I lost it now. Okay, it's going to come back. Oh man, this is bugging me. It was on the tip of my tongue. It will come back if it needs to. Okay, I'm going to pause here because there is something that needs to come out and I am needing a different perspective. So I'm going to tune back in to my higher self. I need to use my rattle here. What else is this card trying to teach us about perspective? Or is there something beyond perspective that we're needing to open up to? Okay, there we go. So I was going to say, see what happens when you slow down and you allow space. Even if things are turned upside down in your life or in the world, you are still upright to some degree. Do you see how serene this person is? They're upside down, they're hanging, and they're at peace. This is also what I was sharing with my Facebook friend who, he's stuck in his healing journey. And the post that he had shared, the woman was also saying that we don't have to always be focused on our healing. And I was saying to him as well, I'm like, there's always something to heal. This is what we do throughout our life. This is part of the self-growth journey. And it's all about how we're feeling inside. So we heal, we work through whatever it is, trauma, belief systems, just being around the right energy, the right people, getting the right support. We have to move through discomfort until we get to a place where you're at home in yourself. You're at peace. And that's what I was saying to him. I'm like, if you are not feeling peaceful inside, that is a clear sign that there is more room to heal. And that's what I'm feeling here from this card. That this person, even though they're upside down, we don't know if they place themselves this way or if someone is hanging them upside down, they are at peace. They know they're on the right path. They know themselves. And it doesn't matter which way you look at it. They're the same because they're connected to their essence, which is unchangeable. Whew, okay. That felt really good. Okay, so thank you for your patience with that. I just turned 50. Not saying that it's hard to remember things as you age. There are a lot of things I reject that a lot of people believe happen as we age, like forgetting things, but I mean, honestly, it is happening more and more. And it's just because as we age, there is so much information we've accumulated that needs to clear out too. Anyway, thank you so much for your patience. Okay, so we are going to wind down by pulling a goddess card, and we are going to put Aphrodite back in the pile. She's been here at my desk all month. So each time I sit down here, I've been reflecting on love, the love that she's reminding us to connect into within ourselves. And it's that love that has helped us connect in with other people all month long. And that wasn't just for May. That's going to continue in June as well. Okay, but we'll see if there's another goddess who wants to, oh, okay, that was quick, who wants to come through for the month of June. And we've had Gildeptis before, synthesis. I'm going to read her poem. Here, let me show this to you a bit longer. So Gildeptis, I know she is the goddess that some tribes in the Pacific Northwest worshipped. Okay, and so she's here with the evergreens, which we have a lot of here. So I'm in Northern California, and here she has in her hands a pool of water. You see that she's merged with the trees, with the forest. She is the forest. And there's this bird, perhaps of prey, at her third eye, a place of wisdom. Okay, Gildeptis. I take opposites and conflicts and all that is contradictory. I take the diverse and varied. I take the simple and solitary and mix and merge, meld and blend. I take what is separate and create union. I bring together what needs to be brought together, so wholeness is achieved. Okay, so this is so interesting. Okay, it's all coming together. It's all making sense now. We talked in the beginning about the muddled energy with other people, energy that's bringing us down, keeping us stuck. We talked about finding a community that's going to help us energetically, bringing awareness to the things that keep us separate and stuck. So this separation makes us want to reach out to other people to help us. We crave union with something else and mistakenly attach to the wrong things, when really what we are seeking is alignment, energetic and spiritual alignment with others and with ourselves, so that we can experience this union, this peace, regardless of what is happening around us. So that's what I'm feeling that Gildeptis is offering to us. I take opposites and conflicts. So contradictory energy that we don't want, energy we don't need. This is conflicting energy. Devil energy is conflicting. The contradictory, the diverse, the varied. I take the simple and solitary, mix and merge, meld and blend. So this is different than being muddled. This mixing of energy, we're still clear on who we are. I take what is separate and create union. I bring together what needs to be brought together, so wholeness is achieved. And when we're talking about ourselves, it is combining body, breath, heart, mind, and spirit in order to feel whole and complete. And when we can do this within ourselves, it's then easier to do it with other people. We can be one of these stars. So how does that feel, friends? Let me know what you think of this message. Let me know if this is a welcome shift you are wanting to step into in June. I'd love to hear if you're already feeling some of these energies, a craving to want to connect with others, but maybe not finding the right people, seeking that out for yourself, maybe finding where you are stuck, where you can let go, what you need to clear, who you need to unhook from, who you need to unhook from yourself. Let me know if you need help with all of this too. I can answer simple questions in the comments below. Know I am always available if you want to do one-on-one work, either online or in person if you live in the San Francisco Bay Area. So I will be back next week, friends. I am going to get back on the weekly schedule. I know I usually say in these videos I'm here every week. I was on vacation, so absent the last couple of weeks, but am getting back in the flow with that. I want to be doing a video on psychotropic drugs. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. I think that's going to be really interesting. I also want to talk about the energy of emotions from the Chinese medicine perspective. So know that those videos are coming. Let me know if you have any requests. I would love to fulfill those. So take care, friends. Again, hope your June is starting off great, and we will talk again soon. Take care.